good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service with me, Mark from SoulOhm Reviews, Chris from Lethal Curls, and Steve from Tales from the Home. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to chat. Hello, you guys. Hope you're all well. Right, I've done my bit. Right, sit back now.
Oh, is that it now?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Show's over.
That's it. Show's over.
And he's spent.
And he's spent. He's done his bit. He's got everyone here. Anyway, how's you guys?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Doing very well, actually. Surprisingly, being bored at this house alone with just an animal or 3 or 4. But, you know, it's quiet. Been doing a lot of fishing, so.
That sounds like some of the best evenings I've had. On
Very
my own,
quiet.
2 or 3 animals.
So how's
Well,
chat? How's everybody in chat? Chris, do you want to say hello to everyone in chat like you normally do?
Absolutely. I didn't do it last week. Hodgson did it. It's okay, though.
Hodgson
No,
didn't do it last
I
week. He wasn't
wasn't
here. I
that's
did
right.
it.
You didn't.
I
You
did
did
it. Yeah.
That's
I
right.
was on the throne, mate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were very poorly, weren't you?
Yeah, he had a blood orange.
Pucker up. Squeeze the cheeks till you get there. Hey guys in chat, we're gonna say hello to you all. Manic Stereo, Horsham Heating. We've got Mr. Hodgson and SoulOhm, of course, as usual. Grumpy Old Vapor, how you doing? We have Horsham Heating. Chris Doyle, how you doing, buddy? Tolamac, how's it going? Andy Harris, JP Ward, what's going on, guys? Tim Baker, how are you? Jackie McGuire, how's it going? Vaping Irish, what's going on, my dude? Orion's Braces, can't forget you. You're a solid legend, superstar of
Alan!
Mod World.
Alan!
Kevin Arnold, how
Kevin!
are you?
Kevin!
And Pinball Wizard. And Kevin, yes, hello.
Kevin!
No, I do not have some sort of rash on my face. Is my color off?
Hi, Anita.
Nita! Hello!
Hello, Anita.
BFG, have you said hello to Rachel?
I already have. Oh, stop it. Her husband's probably in.
That's what she said.
Hey, there we go. Now it looks a bit better.
What happened?
Behave.
What happened?
Not this guy.
Well, Chris,
Never
I've got
did.
to admit, if anyone hasn't seen it, watch the replay on Chris's show last night. It was absolutely brilliant with a guy called Tuna.
Tuna.
He's
my
called
boy, Chris.
Tuna.
And he's from local to me. He lives in Maryland now, but he came from up my way. So,
TBD.
and his wife came from the next town over.
I thought he was really nice. He was a really nice gentleman. I really enjoyed it.
He really is.
Yeah, lovely lad.
Spend a lot of time with him. I've got a lot of time for Chris. He's one of the Stooge crew and Stooge fam over there in the Vape Stew Discord, and we spend a lot of time over there.
And you had a bit of an announcement on your show, so do you want to share that bit of an announcement here?
Which announcement? The upcoming changes that I'm making?
Yes, them upcoming changes.
Okay, yes. In the upcoming weeks, guys, not next week, but maybe a week later or maybe 2 weeks from now, because it's going to take me a little bit to get back into the swing of things, but you guys can expect some more videos and reviews and vlogs and stuff like that on my YouTube channel. I've started to get my mojo back, and the weather started to cool down a bit, so I can actually get to my studio and actually sit down and actually work on something. So that's first thing coming up. And the other thing that's going to be taking a bit of my time as well is I'm getting back into the coil building, and we're going to be offering those for sales again. If it's something that you guys are interested in, hit me up in a PM on Facebook or send me an email at lethalcoils@gmail.com. That would be great, guys. Thank you.
Awesome.
And that's what I got. So what are you vaping on there, Mr. Mark SoulOhm Reviews?
What am I vaping on? I'm vaping on Matt's Passage.
Oh,
With a red tip. With a red tip as well.
pucker
Gotta
up, baby.
admit, a good friend of mine that's in chat at the present moment has loaned me the Passage, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've got it wide open, and it kind of reminds me the draw of the Dead Rabbit. And another thing, you can't over drip this. You just cannot physically over drip it. If you're going to over drip this one, it's literally, you've just poured your whole bottle inside it. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Got that on the double barrel, and in that I've got vintage raspberry sherbet.
Hello, Joe Mason. Joe Mason and Timmy, how are you? Long Road Ohm. We got Just Morgs in the building. Long Road Ohm, how are you, buddy?
Long Road Home. I like that one.
That's an awesome name, isn't
That's
it?
a cool name.
Have
Also
we
got
s-
the Kylan M.
You almost called it a Kelpie.
I know I did, didn't I? I've got Kelpie on the brain again.
I
Kylan
wish I brought
M.
mine with me.
Still going strong. Still impressed with it on the hex. In that, I've got vintage mixed berry lemonade. And my last setup for the evening, if you haven't noticed on the actual channel, I've been doing the Preco 2 series. Did the mouth to lung, the direct to lung, and yesterday I did the solo kit, which is the full package. At the present moment, I've got the D-Pod on the Urus, so I'm enjoying that. And in that, I have got literally the last dregs of my double drip Nick Salt Cherry Bakewell. There you go.
The Urus.
And yeah, I'm going to do a review of this. The review is going to come out next week of the Urus. I've had it how long, guys?
A while now.
A good while.
A little bit now.
So I think I know a bit about this mod. I think the testing
challenge that.
phase has come to an end now. I think it's I'm ready for that review. So,
UK Vapester, what's going on, buddy?
BFG,
Yes, sir. It's been a quiet week.
it's
Right,
been a fortnight since they've seen you on the show. No,
I know,
wait.
and I still haven't changed my bloody setups.
Sorry, guys. 1 second. Chris, a.k.a. Tuna, is in
Tuna.
the house. Big love, brother.
Awesome. Don't know if you caught that bit. Awesome watching you yesterday. Well, I watched you today, like on the replays, but awesome show.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there, Stevie.
No, it's cool. It actually gave me a chance just to see Jackie's question. Apparently her juices are tasting a little soapy. I think that could be
I know
down to the actual juice.
There's a trick for vape tongue that I don't know if works the same way for that, but one trick that I know of is go to your cabinet, grab a container of coffee grinds, and then just inhale it for a few seconds, put it down, and then try your juice again.
Well,
Can I just add my little bit?
yeah.
Is it just on one atomizer, or is it on everything that you taste? Is it just a specific juice on a specific RDA or tank, or is it across the board? Have you tried something else? First,
She said she just bought them. It could be over steeped Nick. I'm not sure exactly, but if they've been sitting around for a while, that could be the issue.
Well, I mean, I know Mark always says not to do it in warm weather, but if you leave your juice in the car for any
there's no
sort of
nick in them.
period, it can
No nick,
really
zero
affect
nick.
it. There's no nick in it.
No, zero Nick.
Ooh,
right. First of all, check the sell by date.
so why? Yeah.
What companies have started to do now? Originally, when we used to have bottles of e-liquid with nicotine in them, they did have a sell by date. Roughly, it's 2 years if I remember rightly. I've noticed quite a lot now of coming out with this one because there's no nicotine in. Obviously, the juice can stay in the bottle a lot longer, and people are leaving it a lot longer. Just double check that sell by date first, especially if it's in a plastic bottle. Because it's like when you have water and it has a sell by date. It's not the actual water that's degrading; it's the actual plastic that it's being held in that actually degrades. So just double check that first. The second thing to double check is your actual cotton. There could be a problem with your cotton. And then after that, it could be the actual just juice itself from
2021.
21.
So it
It
could
should
be
still
the
be good, but
I mean, if you don't mind putting it up, Jackie, what brand of juice was it?
Yeah.
yeah. Because if it's just poorly made juice, there's no way to fix that. eBay bargain.
eBay bargain. That's likely to be the juice, I'm afraid.
Yeah. It might be the juice.
Might be. I've not heard of that juice.
In my honest opinion, it's the juice. Kryptonite by Space Jam used to taste like that to me. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the juice. Either
Do right, Jackie.
yeah,
If
send
you're
them
not
back.
happy, send it back.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you want some good stuff, Rochford Project.
Oh, yes.
I won't trust.
That.
I don't trust eBay, especially for juice. I would go direct to a website that sells them, a dedicated website that sells them. I wouldn't go to eBay to buy juice or Amazon for that matter.
No. I mean, for
There you go.
starters,
She makes her own.
for starters, you don't. The problem is you don't know where they're storing it.
Truth.
If you
Terry
go
Holloway.
Even if you go to an actual vape shop, you don't know how long it's been sat on that shelf. Now you already know the kind of warm weather we've been having. If they've had it on the shelf there, it will go off. But yeah, definitely get in touch with the company that you got it from and have a word with them.
So I was just laughing because I make my own, but I was just lazy. Well, it's karma. The universe has made your juice all soapy. No, seriously, Jack, get it sent back. That's not on.
Yeah, if it tastes funny or anything like that, I would definitely stop using it as well.
Yeah, and like TBD said, if they won't do anything for you to help you out, then just leave negative feedback and use a reputable company. That's about the best advice that you could get.
Hip hop, hey!
Black Country Vapor, what's going on, dude?
Tropical climes of Solihull. That's awesome. It's all right. My gaffer at work comes from that area, and the thought of him being sat in tropical climes, bless him. Right, so let's get on to this. Again, with the Pasto. I must admit, I got lazy myself. I've been out and bought some direct-to-lung coils. And to be honest, if you can stand building it, I'd use the rebuildable myself because you get a much better vape. It's not as open. You just get a better draw on it. But in that, watch Mark start going, spearmint. It's fabulous. It's fresh and fruity.
I can't stand culotta. Fuck that.
No, it's not cold mint.
No?
It's literally that. The spearmint flavour you get with Wrigley's? It's that sort of
Yeah, I can't stand
warm.
mint at all anyway.
Yeah, I bet it's quite nice, that, actually.
It's not bad. In the rewrapped drag with the off mesh on top, still running the stainless steel coil that came with it. It's lasting well. And I've got the sour cherry from the old sweet shop. And finally, this has turned into my daily banger, this has. The Soul Keeper with the drop on top. And in that, I have the lovely Wick Liquor Contra.
Oh, Contra.
Which is it's the citrus. It's a real mix of citrus. So there's a bit of orange in there. There's a bit of... I'm not sure if there's a bit of grapefruit in there, to be honest. There's something.
Lemons, limes.
Yeah.
It is nice. But so, Christopher,
I only have 2 setups tonight because that's all I brought with me to house it. So what we've got is, as usual, most people, anybody that's seen my streams in the past week knows what I'm vaping on. But I've got the Vupu Drag 1 with the Twisted Messes TM24 Pro.
Nice.
And in that, I'm actually vaping the very last bit of SoulOhm. It's almost gone.
Oh, that is nearly gone.
It's nearly gone, so I'm going to have to swap juices in a little bit. And we've also got the
Yogi!
Apple Cinnamon Granola Bar. Focus, you damn camera. It's not going to work. Oh, well. But anyways, it's Apple Cinnamon Granola Bar from Yogi, and that I have sitting in the Topside Dual with the Drop Dead RDA.
Awesome.
And that's what I've got vaping on. What am I drinking on? Well, I have some coffee in a cup over there, but I've since graduated over to beer today. So I've got some, well, actually I should call it piss water. But this is Michelob Ultra, and it doesn't taste like beer.
What's
It
it
tastes
taste
like
of?
water.
Carbonated water.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Did you see what that nasty man's just put in the...
Whoa.
Well, they were discussing takeaway.
Takeaway isn't cheating. It's an essential mental health break. Health break.
Yeah. So I want takeaway, and then that nasty man Stuart's just said you've had too many of them, Steve.
Oh, jeez.
Cheeky.
Cheeky.
Very rude.
Very rude.
Very
Very rude.
What I say, domino effect. What's going on, my dude? I do believe, is that monochrome with Domino? I think it is. I think he may have changed his name.
Or is it a magician?
So. He is another
Isn't there
local.
a magician that's called Domino?
He's Is there?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a magician that's called Domino.
There's a Marvel character called Domino.
Is there?
Yes, there is.
Sorry, my inner geek slipped out there. Just got a Monster Bliss tank. Ooh, that sounds like a 30 miller.
And I've
A
got
Dirty Miller?
a dirty miller. I've got a dirty miller.
Sounds like a Dirty Miller.
Hi. Would you like to see my dirty miller?
I think I've seen that film.
Oh, shit.
So, anything caught anybody's eye in the last 7 days?
Yeah.
Go on,
Dovepo.
then.
He's like, yeah.
MVV2.
Yes, there is.
Oh, tell me about it.
I want one.
I
Right
love
on,
my
domino
Pokemon.
effect.
The
My
only place,
apologies.
at the present moment, can't get it here in the UK. You can get it in America. You can get it from China, Fast Tech and all that lot. But you can't get it here.
What's that
It'll
one?
just have to be good.
The Dovepo MVV2.
Oh, yes. I gotcha.
Yeah, I saw the review of it today from Vaping with Vic. V1CK. He's just reviewed it today, so... Yes, I want one. I want one.
Have you seen the Notion MTL?
I haven't, no.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And there's another one. That's actually from Tenacious TX Vapes.
Oh, yeah. Is that the... I've seen the small 18350 mech that he's
That's
just
the
put.
Notion.
Is that
the
that's-
MTL mod that he came out with.
Because it's like a Dreamer, but halved.
Yep, and it's 18350 or 2350, and it's comes with its own. I think it's proprietary. I don't know, but it comes with an MTL tank for it too.
Those are two very strange battery sizes, though.
It's a little retroactive, to be honest with you, but I've seen it and it looks. Yes, I am. Here, I'll show a picture real quick.
See, I can't see the point of these 350s. Can you guys?
There we go.
Nobody can see that.
Nobody can see that. All right.
Only
well,
us,
you guys can see that.
Us two.
But that's that one. And then there's another one that I was looking into.
So you'd go for an 18350 then?
I like MTLs apparently, so I would try it. I don't have any 18350 or 2350 cells, but I could get those enough. Easy
I mean,
enough.
I'd put something like the True Tank on it. Yeah, that's a good point. 18350 is a kind of FU to pods. I can see where you're coming from.
And anything that sort of shoves two fingers up at pods, I'm more than happy with. But I don't know. I looking at what's been released recently, I'm starting to think that this backlash against pods is being noticed because there seems to be a lot more rebuildable sort of AIO styles.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought that the industry was going to turn around at some point. I just wasn't sure when. I think this is the start of it, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, especially there's still like a semi-pod, but you've got rebuildable decks and things like that. So yeah, it's on the change.
It's going to be interesting because, I mean, the problem is the people that buy pod systems, if they're a new vapor, they're going to be used to just banging in the stock coil and all the rest of it. Can you imagine trying to build? I mean, I know how fiddly the Passito is. Trying to build on a 16mm deck is a hell of a steep learning curve.
Also, there's a couple of them that's come out now that's actually got proper decks, but there's no way to test your ohms, and there's no way to, because it hasn't got a 510 connection.
And then
These are another one.
Oh yeah.
Those are also from Tenacious TX Vapes. Those are Unicorn mods, and they actually have their own Unicorn RDA too.
Are they complete hybrids?
Mm-hmm.
So the part of the actual. Oh, nice.
Yep. This isn't the MTL one. That's just a straight mech, but very nice.
A mech, the Unicorn mod.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What a great name. Yeah,
Coil Proby.
I agree with what you're saying, Mark. I mean, it's that sort of safety aspect. You know, after being on stock coils for so long. I mean, Mark's got the story where he went into the store and asked for an ohm reader.
I didn't even know what it was.
Didn't know what it was. You know.
It does worry me, that side of it. At least like with the one that you've got from Smoant, you've actually got the connection where you can put it on a 510.
Yeah, I can.
And you can put that on an ohms reader. You can check it all out and everything. But the one that I was looking at, Mike Vapes reviewed it. Be easy for me to do this.
Oh boy, Stuart's just put he's got a rebuildable coil for a sub-ohm tank and the deck is only 10mm. You must be blind, because I'd really struggle with the 16mm. What's up, Chris? No lube. Your eyes suddenly went very wide.
Yeah, I can't imagine building on a rebuildable coil for a deck that's only 10mm. I can't imagine what that would be like. I can't.
Hard. Very hard.
I'll tell you what, though, in that aspect of things, I did get my first RBA, my first rebuildable actually ever, was for the Smock TFV8, the RBA head that they came out with, which was really tiny and a little difficult to work with. But
well, my first rebuildable RBA was a Kangatech.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
geez.
that was tiny. I mean, you know, single coil job. That was.
But saying that, I was rebuilding. What were they called now? After the Aspire Nautilus, what was after it? Atlantis.
Nautilus 2.
Atlantis.
Yes.
Remember the Atlantis coils?
I actually just seen one the other day.
I used to rebuild them.
Jeez.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was dead easy. You could, because the size of the actual coil, you could take the insulator out at the bottom. You could put a vertical coil or a horizontal coil in there, pack it up with cotton, and reuse it. Oh, I love challenges. Come on, you should know me by now.
By gum, you're tight.
Yeah, Black Country Vapor.
I am a true Yorkshireman.
There's another 9 months left on this.
Too bloody right.
Black Country Vapor's got a good point. The average vapor won't buy the rebuildable pod tanks. They're more to attract hobbyist vapors.
Yeah.
True. That's a very good point, mate. But I think I fully appreciate, and we always say the hobbyist is in the minority in the vaping community. But who generates most word of mouth? Because it's not your average Joe Blogs vapor that's on the forums and the Facebook and all the rest of it.
You'd be believe it or not, Steve, you'd be quite surprised how small our voice is.
Oh no, I agree.
You'd be really surprised.
Absolutely.
It's tiny, but well, speak for yourself, son. I've got my own orange box, and I'm prepared to stand on it.
Now, Steve, do you like MTL tanks, right?
No.
Not the rebuildable ones, the stock coil ones.
I haven't got any. Mouth-to-lung. When I started vaping, in the case of about a week and a half, I'd moved straight onto direct-to-lung.
Okay.
I couldn't get on with mouth-to-lung.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with COPD, which is one of the reasons why I quit smoking.
Yeah.
So mouth-to-lung was, along with this new sensation of vaping, was causing lots of coughing.
Yeah. I can understand that. Well, I was only asking because if anybody does like mouth-to-lung stock coil tanks, check out the Hellbeast hybrid tank and use the Nautilus 2 BBC coils in it. And I personally prefer it mouth-to-lung on the Hellbeast. I don't like the SoulOhm coils. Not a fan. But I am a huge fan of it in mouth-to-lung configuration.
See, now, do you two? I know Mark does tobacco now and again. Do you do tobacco flavors, Chris?
Yep, I do. But it has to be like flavored tobacco,
Right.
like vanilla tobacco, or I just finished off a bottle of Tobacco Crunch. My personal favorite, though, is there's a company called TBCO, and it's that stands for the Tobacco Coffee Juice Company. Ooh. And they do a lot of different kind of coffee flavors, cappuccinos, cafes, and they blend it with, very well, I might add, blend it with tobacco flavors. They've got some that are bold, some are mediums, but I personally really, really enjoyed them. And they're not that expensive. I think 60 mils, $25. Might be more than that. It might be like 75 mils.
Sorry, Chris, I was just watching the awesome management skills of hip hop there. No, I'm starting to feel a bit of a deviant then, because well, Mark will tell you, I don't do tobacco juice. I haven't done tobacco flavour since I quit the fags, and I had a hit off one of Mark's mods when I was over at his. Sat in the man cave, as it was, rubbing shoulders with the vape famous.
Vape famous, me? Nah.
Oh, wow.
Nah, lad. Don't do that here.
Sneaky devil. Got a backy juice in, but didn't tell me. By gum, did I pull some faces?
Still getting the stains out the carpet
geez.
Now.
Cooper says, awesome shirt,
Tell
Hodgson.
anybody. Cheers,
They
Goop.
always say they won't tell anybody.
That's why I stopped sending
Sorry,
pictures.
Jason.
Once
Unfortunately,
it
that's
hits the internet, it's
YouTube.
gone.
Jason,
What?
we are here live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Always 7 p.m. live Thursday.
Yep. Get on the ball.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
The camera's just not got that sort of wider depth of field vaping. That's why we were rubbing shoulders. It was nothing else.
Definitely a euphemism. Oh, man.
It's surprising tobacco flavours because I like Steve.
Some of them are really good.
Well, like Steve, when I started vaping, when I very first started vaping, there wasn't that much choice in flavours.
Yeah.
And the flavours that was coming out when I started vaping were basic flavours, not like now. There was your lemon, there was your melon, there was your blueberry, there was your tobaccos, and all the ranges of different tobaccos and your RYs. I mean, I remember RY2, RY3, RY4, RY5, RY6, and all that lot. So there was like the limited amount of flavours that you could go for. You'd have bubble gum and things like that, or energy cow and things like that. But yeah, very, very limited. And I was into an e-liquid, I've said it many, many times, called Sue, which was an absolute gorgeous tobacco. And I was on that for about a year when I first started vaping. But then all of a sudden I just went, besides I couldn't actually get hold of the juice anymore, I just went off completely tobaccos. And it's only been this last, year, if that I've only got back into tobaccos. And some of them I quite really enjoy.
See, now, if I was going to go for a tobacco, it's probably going to be a cigar. Because I used to, end of the night, I was shutting the bar down and I would love a big old cigar when I was cashing up. It didn't look right. Fat lad with a dirty great Monte Cristo, but no. If I was going to try it again, I think it would definitely be more of a Cuban cigar flavour than anything else. But I know Black Note do some really nice cigars apparently. But I think that's more Vic sort of territory.
Yeah, because Vic's well into his tobaccos. He's got a big thing for Les picking at the present moment, hasn't he?
Well, Les does naturally extracted, doesn't he? Churchill, Romeo, Juliet. Oh, yes.
So, Steve, have you got any news for us?
Oh, indeed we have, dear boy. There's not a lot, because it's been a very quiet week in the news front. We struggled a bit on Sunday, and there's not been much out there. Now, in terms of, before we get to the lunatics over the pond, and I'm not including you in that, Chris.
Yeah, sure you're not.
Yeehaw.
Oh, boy.
Watofo have been busy boys. Watofo now own Off, if you've not.
They have.
Yeah, but
So,
can I say something? Can I say something about that? I thought was quite interesting. But as far as I'm aware of, Off and Watofo are in the same building or next door to each other. They've been using Watofo's cotton and all sorts. It's been a bit more of a merge than what's.
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, if you listen to the press release, so Watofo CEO's been kissing up, saying the Off team are world class and are passionate about the same things we are, creating the best vape and flavour experience. Yeah, by combining our teams and engineering and design talents, we can now accelerate the development of our vaping technology to deliver the next generation of world-leading vaping products. And then Chris Hopkins, the co-founder and CEO of Off, have said they have some of the world's best at vape engineering, manufacturing talent, so combining our teams just makes sense. We are united by a common culture. So for the past 6 months, the Off team have been developing coils and hardware specifically designed for use with CBD products, and this will now be their main focus. And I think that is where the merger, or why the merger has occurred. It looks like Watofo are getting into the CBD market.
It sounds like everyone's getting into the CBD market at the present moment.
Well, yeah. And sorry, I will refer to it as Mana.
Only the fake companies that are causing health problems.
Well,
that's a totally different story, though.
We are going to touch on that bad.
You're not touching on anything.
After show.
Honey child, I got long arms.
Not that long, I'd hope.
Enough fans to make you panic, son. But anyway, so moving across the pond. Stop it. Now you're just bragging. Vape giants Juul are fighting lawsuits left, right, and centre.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I'm going to mention this new one is because somebody has actually gone off the deep end, well into the depths of insanity, as far as I can see here. There is a 19-year-old gentleman called Christian Foss from Illinois who is launching a lawsuit against Juul, not only for himself, but altruistically for the rest of the miners within the state. Bless him. Bless him. He is bringing this lawsuit under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, the RICO Act. The RICO Act was brought in the States in 1970 to fight the mafia and organised crime. Yeah? And it's been used to smash crime syndicates such as the Gambino and Lucchese crime families, the Hells Angels, and the Latin Kings street gang. I don't think Juul quite fit in with the neighbours here.
Latin Kings are a street gang, but the Hells Angels are not a street gang.
No, Hells Angels.
That's a motorcycle club.
Yeah.
That's a 1%er club.
Yes, but they do tend to have fingers in interesting
ties.
Sidelines.
Yes.
Yeah, but so is the Catholic Church, but that don't mean that they're mafia.
No, their fingers are somewhere else.
Mainly the choir boys, but anyway.
Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Moving swiftly on.
After show.
So he's brought this lawsuit against Juul, claiming that it got him addicted to nicotine at 16 and worsened his asthma. So has anybody pointed out to the little snot nose that he shouldn't have actually been vaping at 16? You know,
So
surely
where?
this
So
is
where?
the
So
retailer comes into the line.
what's his parents have to say to this?
Well, his parents aren't being mentioned, which is interesting. So the lawyers have been able to hook this onto the RICO Act as Foss claimed Juul took its advertising campaign straight out of Big Tobacco's playbook and suggested its adverts were catchy and directly aimed at children. How?
No idea. They come up with stupid shit all the time.
So the lawsuit actually states mimicking Big Tobacco's marketing practices, defendants prey on youth for financial gain.
Steve, can I hold you just there for 1 second, mate?
My love is in the chat.
Julie! Sorry, carry on, sir.
Say, good evening, Mom.
Thank you, mistress. May I have another?
Juul adopted the same themes used by Philip Morris and other big tobacco companies. Extensive advertising campaign to glamorise cigarette smoking while downplaying its addictiveness and deleterious. Now, there's a phrase I've not heard before. Health effects. Really? No.
Well, let's face it, you can see on Juul's advertising right at the very, very beginning of their in the established company, and then they also did the bit where they was going into schools as well as the tobacco companies did, trying to educate kids that failed completely, trying to steer them away. So yeah, what that is doing, they are bringing up points that was made when Juul got took to court. So they're nicking little bits out of there.
But it's interesting. I mean, if you want to see more about this, then please head over to ESIG Click. They actually have a link to the full case, so that will make an interesting read later on. Indian government, we discussed this a couple of weeks ago. They are definitely sort of girding their loins for a full-on vape ban.
Hey, UK Vapester. Nice one, Blue. Advertise your own show. Go on, go for it, lad. Don't mind me.
Also, Vaping Irish actually made a comment. Class action lawsuits, like just like what happened to Big Tobacco, and soon you'll have a vaping master settlement, which is what the states want. I don't think that's a bad thing, personally. That will legalize vaping products. I think that would be a good idea.
But
I know it would give the government more money, but...
Well, it's not that, mate. I mean, as Mark's brought up a lot of numerous times in the past, vaping isn't built around the same sort of corporate entity that smoking is. So, what are they expecting to do? That bricks and mortar are going to chip in, $10 each for a month, and we'll just sort of gather it all together and then split it up between the state, because it ain't going to be much. And there's no way the Chinese are going to cough up. To be honest, if you look at some of the news that's coming out of China, there appears to be a bit of a vaping backlash, which I find most bizarre. But
considering most products come out of China.
Well, this is it,
Yeah. That's
absolutely crazy. But anyway, back to India, bless them.
India.
Pro-vaping Dr. Konstantinos E. Farasalinos, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, Doctor, is a specialist in cardiac medicine. And what he's doing is he's urging the Indian government to do the right thing and accept vaping as a viable and much safer alternative to smoking, bless him. So basically, what he's done is he's taken the message that's coming out of NHS England and sort of pointed out the relevant facts to the Indian government. And there's a lovely bit here where he says, it's worrisome that sometimes prejudice and predisposition prevails over the unbiased review of exhaustive literature on ends, which overwhelmingly suppose that strong risk reduction associated with ends used as a smoking substitute. I was particularly concerned by claims from reputed doctors that ends are as harmful as cigarettes. That's a very polite two fingers he's waving at people there.
Yeah, because India is definitely on the ante, aren't they, at the present moment?
Huge. What are you laughing at, dear boy?
Barons, I love you, bro. Rachel Unformed Ruby. We had, during last night's show, we did a little bit of Marry, Fuck, Kill. And one of them...
And I thought he said Mary, fuck, kill.
I did.
No, who's Mary?
Who's Mary? Well, if you don't know what that is, people give me 3 names in chat, and we go with the guest and myself, and we decide which of the 3 we're going to marry, which one we're going to kill, and which one we're going to fuck. And one of the entries was Raven Shadow Vapes, Rachel Unformed Ruby, and one other person that I can't remember. I think it might have been Fagin. I can't remember for the life of me. But it was very difficult to figure out. And I said I was going to marry Rachel, or I would marry Rachel rather.
Yeah, because if you marry her, you had benefits.
Yes, and Chris, Barron's SIRHC is... He's Rachel's husband. And so he just made a comment, what's this I hear about you wanting to marry my wife, eh? Oh, man. Oh, it was Sinner. Sinner was the 3rd one. And I love Sinner,
my God,
but
what
no.
were you going to do to Sinner?
Oh, I was going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
Poor Sinner.
Poor Sinner.
I was going to marry Rachel and then fuck Raven Shadow Vapes. But that was that. That was the game.
Oh, Julie, why does YouTube hate you?
Maybe she didn't get the notification?
Oh, bless.
Because YouTube sucks?
It's really been playing up the notification system at the minute. So
that's why I tried to stick to 7 o'clock Thursday, week in, week out.
Yep, same time, same channel. You guys know where we are.
Yeah, been doing it for a year and a half now. Well, it's over a year and a half now.
So you brought me on at about 6 months into your show, then.
Yeah, you must be coming up to your year's anniversary, kiddo.
Over a year.
Must
be.
I think
for us here, I think it is.
I think it's about September you came in.
Yeah, I think it's almost a year for us here. Not for my video stuff, but for us here, yeah.
Yeah, for you being the permanent co-host on the show. Yeah, I think it was September somewhere.
Oh, Julie, behave. Keep slipping out.
Oh, Julie.
Julie. Oh, God. Where's Aiden these days?
Our Aiden is at home, bless him.
There you
He's
go.
been looking after the children because obviously 6 weeks holidays and all that good stuff. So he's been looking after the kiddie winkies, making sure they're fully entertained, which obviously takes up a good chunk of the time. So yeah, and also he's been resting up, he's been working, he's doing a lot of work because he's a DJ and he's been getting lots of work in as well. So he's working at night time and helping out in the day. So yeah, he's been a tad busy.
Yeah.
And that's our alibi, and we're sticking to it. No, he's all right though, isn't he? I know he was badly a couple of weeks back, but
Yeah, he's all right, bless him. Yeah, no, literally, he's doing a lot of work at the present moment. Plus, obviously, like I said, he's helping out with kids. So,
and finally, I'm going to touch on this story because if I don't know if anybody's Googled today on Vape News, but the US press is going crazy over this mystery lung disease being caused by vaping.
excuse me, that went down the wrong hole.
Googling and touching again.
So I found it very interesting because depending on where you looked, you were getting this mystery lung disease and blah blah. And then I looked at the good old New York Times, and they were the only article I could find that actually referred to the illicit THC cartridges that appear to be causing the issue.
Yeah.
Go
The
for it.
counterfeit
Yeah.
cartridges, yeah.
But they don't put it's synthetic cannabis.
Julie's back in.
You know, which is for all intents and purposes is spice. Yeah.
Well, it's not
what-
just spice; it's also
Incense.
there's other substances. You see, the problem is they're just using the word generic vaping.
See, here in the U.S.,
That's it.
they sell spice by itself, but they sell it as incense, and it says specifically on it, not for smoking, not for inhalation. But that at that point, strapped. Nice, Julie. But the thing is that a lot of people are... how do I say this?
Being pegged.
Oh. That comes later. No.
Stop it.
The thing is that a lot of people here in the U.S. they don't care. They see it as synthetic marijuana, and so they want to vape it, or not vape it. They want to smoke it, and that's when a lot of problems come into play. They're very ignorant about warnings here. It's like they don't even exist. So, you know, it comes down to the user error at that point. Like you're fucking up. You're not using it the way you should be using it. You know.
Forget user error. I mean, spice is. This is causing havoc in our prison services at the minute. Spice.
Absolutely. I get that.
If you've got any form of mental health issue and you touch that stuff, it ain't going to end well.
Well, the problem is, Steve, if they carry on the rate, especially over in America, if they carry on the rate that they're going, this is going to be more prevalent. We're going to hear more stories like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because what's going to happen? It's the black market. You know that this is black market gear already because the people that are buying it, they don't know what's exactly actually in the cartos or what they're actually vaping on. And this is actually going to get worse. And then what's going to happen is it's a case of pointing fingers saying, I told you they were bad. And that's what's going to happen. And it's sort of like, it's a self-prophesizing how it's going to be because the way that the government is going and the FDA is going about regulating the industry, you can see that obviously the black market is going to be more prevalent. It's going to be a hell of a lot more prevalent. So, again, like we've all said, nobody minds being regulated. It's a good thing. It's like if you go to a restaurant, we've said this before, you like to know that how many hygiene stars that they have here in the UK. It's a good thing. It's a reassuring thing. But the way that the FDA and the government is going in America, it's going to end up where black market is going to be the big thing, because they'll not get rid of vaping. You can regulate it as much as you seriously want. Let's face it, you look
Prohibition didn't get rid of alcohol.
Exactly. I mean, look at your drug problem.
Yeah. They've got to be so focused on
So I mean,
vaping.
let's face it. If you can't sort out in the UK and in America, if you cannot sort out your drug problem, which is a bigger problem than you've got with vaping, hell of a lot bigger problem. If you as a government cannot sort out your drug problem, what kind else chance have you got with vaping?
Well, this is it, and I mean, when you look at, there's reports, there's some super strength MDMA flying around at the minute.
Yep.
You know,
Pure meth.
you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, you purchase these THC cartridges, you don't know what you're getting.
No.
You know, absolutely crazy. But anyway, I mean, when it's a lot of these articles were saying street bought, so I mean that's, you got visions of the guy in the long Mac, you know,
in the alleyway with the trench coat. Not the streaker,
But
not the
no,
flasher.
I mean, let's face it. Even that side of it, it's normally innocent. Way, oh, my mate's brother, he flogs it, but you don't know where your mate's brother's bought his stash from. Do you know what I mean? And that's where the problems.
Well, this is it. I mean,
Especially where they've legalized it here in the state. Some states they've legalized THC and CBD, and now they've got dedicated places to buy these things. The problem is that since they legalized it, the government is making more money off of it, and so they're going to jack up the price of it, and black market prices are going to stay low. They're going to try and beat the market price because, you know, they're going to lose sales if they don't. So yeah, that's a thing.
The only other thing I was going to say is within a lot of these reports is, and surprise, surprise, it's quotes from the CDC.
Center for Disease Control.
Yeah, and what they're saying is that one of the patients had a full respiratory collapse. So he's on life support. He's over in Nashville. We've got 4 cases of vaping-related respiratory illness in the past 6 months. Then it's been tracking the cases has been tricky. It's been severe pneumonia, coughing up blood. And then they slip in. We're only discovering this now because we're asking, is there any history of vaping or electronic cigarette use? Really?
I've heard that they're also, you know how you get these ambulance chasers?
Yeah.
I've also heard that they're actually encouraging these ambulance chasers to actually report these things.
I can believe it. I mean, as I said, I was watching IPTV and an advert came up and it was, had you or a family member become addicted to nicotine through the use of electronic cigarettes? You know, if so, call 0800 Shyster, you know. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, this was on I don't know, have you seen the IPTV? Because you can get all like the local state sort of news programs and things. And this was a Californian one. So it was unreal. It really was.
Totally, Julie. Totally.
100% Julie. Whatever floats your boat.
I mean, let's face it, if a grown adult can't do what he wants with his own or his or her body in this day and age, there's something blooming wrong.
I don't, you know, whatever floats your boat, but what I do object to is when because they've got issues with vaping, they're clumping it with drug use.
Yeah.
Now, there's a big difference in that, you know, and the CDC, to my mind, they are supposed to be protecting public health. So they should be giving the truth to the public, not the picture that they want I'm amazed nobody's put. But you can't sue the government. We've already had this discussion. People just don't have the funds to do it because all the government do is dig their heels in and they wait. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. We are at interesting times, I've got to admit. Very, very interesting times, especially next year. Next year is going to be mega interesting.
That's one word for it.
Mo, bro, no. Don't do that.
What's that?
He caught his tackle in his zipper earlier. Last time he wears ankle boots, never again.
I'm just wondering what Jake's up to, because all I saw was I use lollipop sticks in elastic bands.
That's a splint.
Yeah, that's what worries me.
Don't that cut off circulation?
No, you don't have it that
string,
tight.
please.
Ding, ding, ding,
My
ding,
God.
ding, 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 ding.
Chat's full of it tonight, aren't they?
Aren't they just?
You got a pretty mouth.
Feeding them. Irish, exactly, mate. Let's all sue a well-known cola company for caffeine addiction. Well, if we do, that's going to blow Mark's chance of being sponsored. So,
Yeah,
no.
I should be sponsored.
I'm going to start suing freaking beef farms because I'm addicted to red meat. Hey! I didn't say white meat. I didn't say dark meat.
Whoa, you like dark meat, dear.
Hey.
Oh,
Like,
whoa, too much information there, dude.
Smoking again, Chris.
I like burgers. I like burgers and I like steak, just not tube steak.
You said you like dark meat.
No need. The best company to sue the vape companies is to grab it and run. Sorry. The best company to use to sue the vape companies is sue, grab it and run. I like that. Jade, you're a sick puppy. Oh, Julie?
She loves
What,
any
what,
color
I,
meat.
I,
Oh,
want,
man.
I want to know what the colour ant meat is.
Red? Black?
Yeah. I love ant coloured meat. Little
No,
bits
she
of...
did correct it at the bottom.
I have this little image of her.
Brown, black, red. I think there's all sorts of colored ants.
I know there's ones that you I always remember as a kid, David Attenborough. Do you ever see that one where he went into that ant's nest and pulled one of them out and he's squeezing the honey out of the backside?
No,
Ew.
that's gross.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think I was only about 8.
Ooh. So
What's
yeah,
that man eating ant?
my take on all of that though is that, you know, I've been saying it since I started doing video work, and that's, you know, if they're going after this vaping industry pretty damn hardcore, and you know, as we all know, they're ignoring the bigger issues like the opioid crisis, which is an actual freaking epidemic. That I can understand. That is a huge problem. That kills hundreds of people every single day. And you know what? I for one, never thought that it would really impact my life personally. But I got to tell you, my ex that I had my son with, she was addicted to drugs and was doing dope, and it took her life. She ended up passing away from an overdose of fentanyl.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot more prevalent than people think, and you might think that it'll never happen to somebody you know, but you might be surprised. You might really be surprised. So I don't understand why they're targeting vaping.
To be honest with you, Chris, you'll be surprised how many people are addicted to prescribed.
Oh yeah, prescription
drugs.
medications.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That is
I'm
a
not
big
surprised.
epidemic.
I know plenty of people that are addicted to prescription medications such as Adderall. Adderall is a big one around the area where I live. You know, it used to be you'd see a lot of people, and they're still there, but a lot of people were all hyped up on Percocet or Vicodin. You know, these high strength prescription narcotic painkillers. You know, and it's gotten to a point where it sucks for people that actually need help, because doctors have become so cautious about prescribing things that they won't give people the proper painkillers for fear that they might turn around and sell them on the street and contribute to the drug problem of America. And they don't want to be liable for that.
Yeah, but Chris, I mean, let's look back. You go back to the 70s and the old-fashioned Green Doom NyQuil.
Yep, red and green. And it's the only thing in the world that tastes like red and green.
You pop a couple of them and boom, there goes your day.
Oh yeah, done. We used to call that robo-tripping.
Bless you.
Yep. I did it once and never again. Ever. It was the worst time of my entire life.
Well, I was watching it's one of these strange, the strange videos on YouTube that sort of suck you in at 2 a.m. I mean, I don't know about YouTube, but occasionally I do have problems sleeping. So you wake up and you pick up your phone and you start flicking. And there was a documentary I believe it was East Africa or something like that, Nigeria or something. And there was guys out there who were literally robbing other people in this ghetto just so they could buy cough syrup.
They were robbing people in the ghetto?
Can I just mention something? Ebby Vapes, here in Iceland, it's so hard to get anything pain-related than paracetamol at 500 grams.
Go on, Bennett, we can go into Morrison.
On about Iceland, I saw something, I can't remember if it was on Facebook or Twitter, and maybe obviously you're in Iceland, so you can correct us if I'm right or wrong. They put an actual curfew on the children at 10 o'clock. It was to reduce the alcohol intake, and obviously,
for the youth.
And by all accounts, it's working.
Is it?
Yeah, according to this, it was almost like a mini documentary from the actual government. By all accounts, it's actually working. This 10 o'clock curfew.
I've Google food it, and according to Wikipedia, and I'm sure Eddie will but correct me if I'm wrong, it was, oh my lord, no, come on, by country Iceland, here we go. Under Iceland's Children Protection Act, children aged 12 and under may not be outdoors after 8 p.m. unless accompanied by an adult. Children aged 13 to 16 may not be outdoors after 10 p.m. unless on their way home from a recognised event organised by a school, sports organisation or youth club. During the period 1st May to 1st September, children may be outdoors for 2 hours longer. My goodness.
Summertime.
And also, by all accounts, the government, from watching this documentary, the actual government is actually putting money into activities for them, for the children.
That's brilliant.
I thought, yeah, all right. When I first watched it, I thought, oh, that's not good. Putting curfews in. But when you actually stop and listen to it and the reasoning behind it, I thought, do you know something? It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, we do it. When we were growing up in the 70s, we said the same thing. Our curfew was when streetlights came on. Because if you didn't get your backside home, your mum used to clear your right clip. So it was a self-imposed one. It just wasn't the government. But
I thought it was quite interesting.
Works,
yeah.
It's fascinating. See the amazing stuff you find on YouTube at 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah. It's amazing stuff that what I store in my head.
I know that library's getting bigger.
I know. I know, it's getting terrible. If anybody's ever seen the film Dreamcatcher, it's a Stephen King film. And there's a guy in there that has a library in his head. Well, that's what I've got in my head.
The only Stephen King movie I actually liked was The Green Mile.
Really?
That was it. Yeah. I don't like Stephen King. I don't like his books. I don't like his other movies. I've seen other movies of his. Cujo. I 5 minutes of and I was done.
Which version though?
The old one.
The old one.
Yeah, the old one.
You missed out, dude. That is a classic.
I hate clowns. I absolutely can't stand clowns.
So you've not seen the film Killer Clowns from Outer Space then?
Nope.
That was quite good as well. Ben's just summed it all up with that phrase, your tea's going in the dog if you're not home when the lights come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And put it this way, you'd end up with a warm arse as well.
You ain't kidding, son.
Bloody hell, I know I would. Jeeps.
The good old whooping, I believe it's referred to over the pond.
Get some serious ass whooping there, boy.
Open me up a can of whoop ass. Which reminds me, has anybody seen the latest spin-off from Fast and Furious?
No.
Hobbs and what's it called?
Oh, I've seen the things for
yeah.
it, but I haven't watched it.
No, I ain't seen it.
Go and see it. Sell the kids, kick the dog, whatever you have to do to get a cinema ticket to see that film. It is awesome. Shaw and Hobbs, that's it. It is such a brilliant film. Idris Elba, absolutely mind-blowing. And The Rock and Jason Statham together.
That was funny. Horsham Heating. Ha ha ha, my ex-wife was a clown. She'd done her makeup like Coco the Clown. Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
It is absolutely superb. And the woman they have playing Statham's sister.
I guess some
she
parts
looks
of
a
it were filmed in
pretty...
Glasgow.
yes.
Ooh,
Smart Vapor, what's going on? Tiberius Jax, how you doing?
Well, she's a bit of Chaz and Dave, is she?
Oh, God, yeah.
Ooh, cha.
Bit tasty.
So got Michelle Rodriguez in it still?
Who that?
Michelle Rodriguez, is she in it?
No. This
Damn.
is just the only two characters out of the Fast and Furious is Hobbs and Shaw.
Damn. She's
But,
hot.
You like her, do you?
I do. I got a bit of a girl crush on her. Oh, how sweet. No, it's not sweet, I promise you. The things I do to her.
I say, with your
Well,
reputation.
you'd give her a glass of milk, tuck her up in bed, and read her a good night story. Is that what you're telling everyone?
No, it's more of a, does this smell like chloroform to you?
Oh, no.
No, at least mine was nice.
Again, there's nothing nice about my crush for her.
Have you seen The Assignment?
No.
No.
Michelle Rodriguez plays a male assassin. It's based on a comic. Basically, the bad guy has him changed from a he to a she.
I will not watch that movie. I can't have that image in my head.
Oh, no, trust me, you want to watch that movie. It's awesome. It's such a good... Switch your brain off. What a giggle it is.
Actually, Irish has a very good point. Michelle Rodriguez's arms are pretty big, so it's not what I do to her, it's more what she'd do to me.
I didn't
And
realize
I would take it gladly. I would do it. She wouldn't even need the chloroform.
Well, you heard it here. He's a deviant.
Hey, a night with her is a night with her. I don't care what happens.
Bad man.
Ice cream! Ice cream!
I want one. I want one of them rocket
He always
pops.
does it when we're on.
Ice
No worries,
cream!
Tuna. No worries, buddy.
Normally we've wrapped up. We're on the wrap up by now.
Yeah,
I mean,
normally.
It's 8:10.
I tell you what I've been watching, The Preacher.
Preacher?
Yeah, you've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
Mm?
I'm on
I like
season.
Lucifer.
I'm on season 2.
I'm on season 2 of Lucifer. Yeah.
I like Lucifer.
You've got some good stuff coming, Chris.
How does that
Third
work?
series is even better.
Yeah? I can't
hell
wait.
yeah.
Can't wait.
In fact, series 5, the last one.
Oh, they've got 5 seasons?
No, 4. Yeah, no, 5 now, isn't it?
It's 5 because Netflix signed them on for a final season.
Ooh.
So it will be good. It will be. Binge watching Hand of God.
Yeah, Stuart, just an update. It completely better. I'm perfectly fine now. My wrist is all better.
That's a good job.
It took a bit of time and some pretty intense medications, but it happened. So we're good now.
One good session on RedTube, and that's all.
That's it. That's all you needed.
I don't use those second-rate porn sites. I go Pornhub all the way or nothing at all.
I say. Queen of the South. No, that's a good one.
What's Queen of the South?
That's a show that's on. It's on network television, but I think they uploaded it on Netflix as well.
Irish, no need.
No need, Irish. No, not giving it a good workout. Well, actually, if you consider fishing a good workout, then yes.
Now, what's the film? Is it Sicario? About the Mexican border?
What is it?
Sicario.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I just saw.
I'm sorry, Rachel. Are we boring you? Sorry.
You need a new show to watch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're getting too risque.
Yeah.
She's seeing more of us than she cares to.
Sicario, that's it, Alan. Yeah, the second one, worth a watch. Not as good as the first one, but definitely worth a watch. New show. Oh, 3's out soon as well. Nice one. Cheers, Jake.
Doc told me to swap hands at 50, but I never get to 50.
I know me and Jen are going to go and see, what's it called now? Angel Fallen. You know, they did the Olympus Fallen.
Yes.
Oh, it's a third installment of that.
Yeah, third installment. I think it's called Angel Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see that one, so hopefully over the bank holiday.
Rachel, if you can get your hands on it, Cyber City OEDO 808. You'll enjoy that.
Oh man!
Just don't watch it with kids.
I just remembered.
Wow.
I have a show I need to watch because the new episode has just been released on Netflix.
What's that?
Or on Hulu, rather.
Hulu.
I watch AGT, America's Got Talent. I love that.
To get a life.
I love the show. I really do. It's so. I don't know. There's a kid on there. He's older. He's an older kid, but he is blind and autistic. And
yeah, I watched that after you mentioned it last time.
He is absolutely amazing. I love that kid. If there's ever a story to tell about how to overcome your disabilities, that's one to watch.
I have seen him.
I saw, because after you mentioned it last time, I sort of
Cody
went onto
Lee.
YouTube and watched it.
Yep, his name is Cody Lee.
I must admit, there was a little moisture around the old eyelashes after I watched that one. So you didn't warn me I'd need to be emotionally strong. Evening, Boca.
I'm trying to remember that one that my wife keeps on watching. That's it. The Night Manager.
What a series.
Yeah.
No, Timmy, stop it.
If Rachel, if you haven't watched that, that's one worth watching.
Night Manager, definitely. 100%. What's his face as well? House.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember his name either.
Hugh Laurie.
Yep, thank you.
He plays the bad guy. He's superb. He really is brilliant in it.
He brought out a really good album, he did.
Yeah, Hugh Laurie did. Yeah.
He plays all the blues because he's into the more, not deep South blues, more, well, I suppose it is deep South blues. It's more New Orleans. No, it's more New Orleans blues, which is a big difference. There's a big difference between
More
New
like
Orleans.
Cajun music.
There's a mix of it. It's a mix, it's very, very different from Delta blues, which I'm really into. I'm into your really deep Delta blues, whereas New Orleans blues is more. Yeah, you've got a bit more of that Cajun feel to it. You've got a bit more. There's just a bit more to it. It's slightly different.
Give me the Cajun. Forget the blues bit, just give me the Cajun. I will stomp my feet all night, quite happily.
Vaping Irish, he does have an amazing D. Oh my God.
Oh, you can't beat a bit of bluegrass, Joe. I do like a bit of bluegrass.
Have you seen the bluegrass band that does the covers of AC/DC?
AC/DC's, I've seen them
with
live.
the spoons and everything.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Such a giggle.
Yeah. Their whole lot of roses, absolutely brilliant.
And while Vocus appeared, because he posted pictures of the Big Boss today on his Facebook, and it got me thinking, Timmy did it one up. Have you seen the pictures of Timmy's steampunk mod? It's finished.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's very nice. It's very nice indeed.
I've got one question for you, Timmy. Does it have a sister? Oh, bless you. Oh, bit of Zydeco, yeah. I mean, people take the mick out at me for work at work for listening to the bluegrass stuff and the Cajun. But by God, when you're having a bad day, you stick a bit of the old stomp on. Your afternoon goes with a swing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big punk and metal fan.
Oh, trust me, some 41 and all the rest of it, I'm there.
You can rock out.
Susie and the Banshees?
Yes.
Yeah. Old school punk, yeah.
Rancid, Pennywise, Black Flag, Agnostic Front.
Oh, Black Flag. Oh, Black Flag.
Dropkick Murphys.
Oh,
I was listening to the Dead Kennedys the other day.
That's dope.
Ooh. Not Holiday in Cambodia, perchance.
No.
Holiday in Cambodia. Yeah, I love that song.
Jake, stop it.
My wife plays a mean tune on my pink oboe.
Yes. Not a lot I can really say about that one.
I know Mr. Mullen and crew aren't on this evening, but let's not let standards slip, please.
Truth. I fought the lawn and the lawn won.
That's what it is at our age, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real life struggles. It's a thing.
What I'm finding really freaky is a lot of the music that I used to rock out to is now being used for adverts.
Yeah.
And they've made it lift music.
Yeah.
No. You can't take my rebel years and turn it into some sort of soulless noise.
They've actually started doing that with Bob Dylan, too. There's, instead of using that Sarah McLachlan song on the Save an Animal, Adopt a Pet freaking things, they've started using Bob Dylan. The times are changing. That's what it was. Times are changing.
They're not using the man in the long black coat, are they?
Mr. Dean, the Devil Vapor, what's going on, my dude?
Hey, kidder.
Good evening, Dean. How you doing, mate?
Hello,
Blimey,
everybody.
We mentioned the UKVS once, and bump, Dean turns up.
Yeah.
We was like that on Sunday,
like,
wasn't
"My ears
it?
were
We
ringing."
mentioned the True Tank once, and then all of a sudden Mark turned
Yeah,
up.
Mark turned up, bless him.
It was like that. Was a bit freaky, that.
Yes,
I like the True Tank.
If you didn't catch Tales from the Ohm, you missed out on the chance for a bargain there.
You did.
Thanks to Mark. That was very generous, and I'd just like to say thank you to him for the discount code.
Yeah, definitely.
Bless
So,
him.
Chris, this new lease of life, which I'm absolutely awesome and chuffed about, is really nice to see that big spark in your eyes again. What's
Thank
coming
you.
up next week? Or this week and the rest of next week?
Nothing this week is coming out. This next coming week is just going to be a get myself back to my roots and get back to the coil building. It's going to take me a few days. Maybe it might take me the entire week. But I got to get my hands back in that wire. I got to start building my aliens again. I've got people interested in purchasing some from me, and I haven't made them in a while. So this week is going to be basically focused on that and getting my hands back to where I need to be. Yeah, and then once I get my hands back on that, I'm going to start doing some video work. It's because I gave him a reach around.
There you go.
It's nice to know you share, Chris.
Actually, I do want to give a special shout out to one of my Stooge Crew fam, Mr. Chris Overdrip. He is a great guy, stand-up guy, and was one of the primary motivating factors for me to want to get back into it all. And so big love to Chris Overdrip, man. Thank you so much for your talking with me and the support. So thank you.
Awesome.
But Chris, I wouldn't worry about your roots, mate. I'd be getting the old Just for Men on the grey bits.
Pretty soon, right there in that whole patch, man.
I mean, you'll eventually, don't worry, it'll eventually come all the way around.
I hope so.
Just hold your face level, because it's all dribbling to one side from the looks of it.
You got some of your boyfriend on your face.
Yes.
You've not wiped properly.
Oh man.
When people look at you, do they sort of like do that to you? When you've got something on your nose, they go like that. Do they go like that to you?
No, they don't. In fact, I've been tempted to shave it all off again. Well, I have been tempted to shave it off.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You look younger.
All of it.
You always go 12.
Yeah, you look a lot younger.
I will look 12. Yeah.
So will we be going fishing?
Yeah, actually, as soon as this show's over, I'm going to be getting my stuff together and heading out to hit the lake. Earlier today than it has been the past few days, past 4 days or so. I've been going out at night fishing, and I don't even leave the house until about 9 p.m. after it's already dark. So tonight I'm going to head out a little bit early. It looks like, according to my fishing app and the bite time and the forecast, it looks like the fish are going to be eating within the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So, yeah.
So the fish have booked their restaurant, have they? The fish have booked their restaurant.
Yes, they booked the restaurant.
Yes,
yep.
they booked the restaurant, right?
Because
I don't know about you guys. If you have noticed, if you do get up early in the mornings are getting darker now, and the nights are drawing in.
Yes.
I can't believe it. It's already we're coming up to our second to the last bank holiday of the year. The next bank holiday is Boxing Day.
Yeah, but we're getting closer to Expo.
Well, yes, this is true. Expo in October. Oh, cannot wait. So, Steve, what have you got coming up?
Hold on, we forgot the Twitch stream too.
Oh, sorry.
That's coming up on my week as well.
Sorry.
That's the only other thing is my Twitch streams, do gaming first thing in the morning. I make my coffee, make something to eat, and then I'll jump on. I'm a little tired, a little sleepy, but I share my time and my games with the community, and we got a good turnout. So guys, if you're not following me on Twitch, definitely head over there and give me a follow. You guys can join in with the conversation and have a good time.
And watch him play games.
And watch me play games.
In fact, you could watch him play with himself.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
You can watch me play with myself.
Yes, you can watch him play with himself.
Right, what have we got coming up? Well, we've got Tales from the Ohm on Sunday.
Ooh.
2:00 in the afternoon, you can join Mark and myself for a little more of the odd TV and music chat, as well as a little vaping sprinkled through. I've got some new tech that should have been delivered.
Oh yes, it should have been today.
Yes, unfortunately, it hadn't been delivered by the time I sort of left work, so I'll be picking it up tomorrow now. But it should mean something just a little different from Mark and myself. So keep your eyes peeled for that one.
I'm not peeling my eyes. That'll hurt.
It's good for you, darling. It's good for you.
It'll really open your eyes.
What? But that messy you are? No, that's going to sting. Sorry. You two got faces now.
My goodness.
I know. Right. So keep your eyes open for that. We should be letting a little more slip in the coming weeks.
In the coming weeks.
Yeah, be interesting to see. So, and that's it pretty much.
So, Bess, it's me then, isn't it?
Yeah, what you got coming up, you handsome
Coming
girl?
up next week, I have got, I would say, one of the smallest mods I'm going to review. It's not the smallest. I've got that one up there. I'm not going to show it until I actually review it. I've got a little tiny little mod that's from UCAN. And you have a tank with it and all that good stuff. So that's coming out next week. And I'm also finally going to do a review of the Eurus box mod. So that's what's coming up. The channel wise, if you haven't noticed, just down below there is a little symbol. Yes, I have now joined the YouTube Creators Partnership. In other words, I've monetized the channel. This isn't for monetary gain, obviously, as you can understand the situation with vaping and YouTube. Vaping is classed as a tobacco product. A tobacco product is restricted, so everything, all my videos, straight away, as soon as I joined the program, everything got a yellow symbol, so they're all restricted, not suitable for certain advertisers. So yeah, at the present moment, I've been there, I've been part of it for, was it about 2 days now, and I've earned 0.003 pence on all my videos.
So we cancelled the tickets to Jamaica.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But we now have Super Chat in there. If you want to help out the channel, that would be absolutely awesome. So you can always help out next week or whatever. And yeah, that's about it. Obviously altered some bits and pieces on the website. And yeah, we've been pretty chilled out really, haven't we? To be fair, it's been chilled out. So not an amazing amount of things going off, but yeah. Still going as strong as they say. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've got next week. And obviously live show on Thursday and Tales on the Ohm on Sunday.
Yeah, which is not just available on YouTube. If you can't catch us on YouTube, there is a replay, and then you can always catch the audio on SoundCloud if you're at work and you've got nothing to listen to. Please feel free. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Anchor FM. I think that's them all.
I think that's them all, yeah. Something like that, ain't it? I think we've lost Chris. Chris has just gone.
Oh, I was
He's
trying to find
fish.
Are you looking for fish again?
No. Oh, here we go. I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys this. Because I know they're not going to be able to see it, but without me being shaven.
Oh, is that your son?
No, that's me. Oh, no, that's me. That's me, completely shaved.
He looks like a baby. You look like 12.
Trust me, son, you'd be getting asked for ID and Morrison's looking like that.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Card me, please. That's a compliment at this age.
Exome. Yes.
Yes, he's an elitist.
Yes, Hex V3.
Thank you very much, Black Country Vapor.
Yeah, it's awesome, that. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate. Blooming heck, Chris Empire. Good evening to you, sire.
Evening, Chris.
Hey, Chris. How you doing, bud?
Blimey. What? This is... it's weird.
Unicron.
It's crazy when Chris is in the chat and you're thinking, I was watching you last night. The bloke that was spread across my telly is in chat. Wow. See, I think that when I see Chris, but it's a whole different channel I've been watching.
Again, turn off the red tube.
Through the window.
Yeah. Thanks, Irish. Kiss my dog.
Pretend it's a choice. Take it easy there, Orions. Thank you very much for being the moderator. You've done a fantastic job, man. Thank you again.
Chris, don't worry about it, me peeking through the window, mate. I do it to Mark all the time. So.
Oh, man.
No, I'm not saying that.
Right. Are we going
yes,
to wrap it,
it's that
you
time
better
of
wrap it. You might catch something if you don't.
Well, true.
Always wear your raincoat, son.
It's like my dad said to me, if you go fishing, wear your willies.
Oh, man.
True Yorkshireman, that. If you go fishing, wear your willies, son.
And wear them well.
Big fuck off waders.
I need those chest high waders.
I was going to say, I mean, if you're feeling a little fruity, does that mean you sort of pull on this Hunter Green with the extra ribbon on the top? Oh, blimey.
There's not enough beer in this house for this conversation.
Right, guys. Thank you so much. It's been an awesome extended show. Really, I've enjoyed it. Thank you, Chris, and I'm looking forward to seeing you back to the usual very, very, very soon. I can't wait to start sampling your coils. Can't wait.
I am so excited to do it. I'm really upset that I didn't bring any of my stuff to build coils with me. So I'm really excited to get home and get digging into this stuff.
Well, I think you owe the Baron upset just for attempting to poach his missus. You bad man.
Oh, no, he loved it. He thought it was a riot last night.
No, he was thinking, yes, I've got rid of her.
Cheers, Devil Vapor. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate
Rachel,
you stepping in. JP Ward, big love, buddy.
Awesome, as always, kiddo. Right, Stevie, baby, you want to sign up for us?
Massive thank you to everybody that's joined us this evening. But I don't know what you boys have been drinking, but I'll have a pint. Oh, I'm in trouble with Rachel now. That's not good.
No, that is not good.
No. I'm scared at next expo. This is your fault, Chris.
This is not my fault.
This never happened until you started trying to poach another bloke's wife.
Oh, jeez. Let's see if that's what I'm drinking. So it's
water,
not
clear blue water.
Yeah, pretty much water.
So thank you so much, because without you, there wouldn't be a show. There really wouldn't. And we never know where it's going to go. And that's all thanks to you guys. Thanks to Mark. Thanks to Chris. It's always a giggle. I love being on here with you two.
He's awesome.
So do I.
You crawl out of work feeling like you want to punch somebody. I get on screen with you two, and that's it. I'm giggling.
Makes everything better.
Oh, yes.
It's like my little panacea of calm.
It's the highlight of his day.
Your highlight. Go on then, Chris.
Guys, thank you in chat for everybody to join in and watch us talk about news and just friendly banter. It's great to have you guys here. Without you, we don't have a show. Thanks to the Spanners in chat. You guys have done a fantastic job, as always. And guys, remember that no matter how bad your day might be, we are the master of our own destiny. We're the only ones in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative our days will ever be. Okay, then. So please do remember to keep that positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative just brush off your shoulders. It can always get better. Guys, we love you. Thank you very much for joining us. That's me, and I'm out.
Big love to everybody, absolutely everybody. You guys in chat, you so make this show, and thank you so much for all your input and giggles. It's been absolutely awesome. And Thursdays, I absolutely love Thursdays. So we'll all see you next Thursday. Don't forget, we've got Tales from the Ohm on Sunday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon for our usual relaxed, chilled out, after dinner, relaxing little show that we do. So catch you all guys next week on the Ohm Service. Don't forget, 7 p.m. live on this channel.
Dino, cheers, and I'm always here for you, brother, if you need to talk.
Bye.
Bye.
Big love to Devil Vader, and big love to Empire Big Co as well.
Cheers, guys.
Piss flaps.
Piss flaps. You had to spoil it, didn't you? I was feeling the love then. We used to have to piss flaps.
Dirty burger. Black pudding. Fanny flaps.